Paul, the Manchester City game, what can you tell us for those fans lucky enough to get a ticket, what the evening will entail?
Well, first of all, it's brilliant to have them back. I mean, we've had 14 long months now with just a very small number of fans coming to a very small number of games, but to get nearly 8,000 back for this game is really exciting. It's what this place was built for, what it was designed for, so we're looking forward to that. But of course, there's going to be some restrictions. First of all, capacity is restricted, obviously. We're going to have medical questionnaires. People are going to have to stay socially distanced in the seats that we've allocated to them. And obviously, like before, they're going to have to follow stewards' instructions. And it's really important that they do that, because this is part of a series of events that is helping football prove to the government that we can move back to what we all want to be, which is normal again, and having full stadiums as soon as possible next season.
And talking about next season, some staggering numbers in terms of renewals, 92% renewing. Are you confident that the stadium will be full, 100% capacity for next season?
Well, certainly if the government's roadmap continues to roll out as it is at the moment and infection rates stay low, the vaccination programme continues to be a success, we would really hope that with restrictions lifted, we can get back to full capacities literally from the start of next season, and perhaps even for the pre-season friendly that we have here before that. In terms of season ticket renewals, I mean, a 92% renewal rate following a pandemic where so many people have had their lives turned upside down, both from a financial point of view in terms of losing jobs and losing income, and obviously from a health point of view losing loved ones. It's a remarkable number, and frankly much higher than we expected. So we're delighted about that. We've still got the waiting list. We've still got people that are looking to buy season tickets, looking to move around the stadium to be with family and friends. So we're trying to find gaps and slots for people to sit in, and that's really positive news. And likewise on 1901 Club, we've had a phenomenal renewal rate when you consider the year, 14 months, 15 months that businesses have had, not just in this part of the country but all over the country. Again, to get that kind of commitment from 1901 Club members, some of course are individuals but many are businesses as well, is a real testament both to the loyalty of the fans but also I think their pent-up desire to come back here and watch live football again.
And they've got new lounges to look forward to. Seeing some of the plans for those, it looks really exciting what's happening there over the summer.
They're fantastic. We've spent several £1 million across the stadium actually bringing those lounges into what we consider to be the best in class in the Premier League, and people will come back to a very, very different experience in those lounges. Still great seats in the stadium, but hopefully the whole match day experience will be even better because we've been away for so long, and obviously we're playing some good football and we're really keen to show people live just what it looks like.
Oh, lovely feet. Needs to pick the pass and he might just have done it. It's Buckley and again 2-1 Brighton.
Touch on the football in a second. You mentioned their pre-season. It'll obviously be 10 years, the 10-year anniversary of arriving here at the Amex. Can you give us any insight, any special plans, what might be ahead?
Well, first of all, we're hoping that with government restrictions lifting, we're going to be able to play a prestige friendly here. That's all I'll say at this stage, over the weekend of what would have been Pride. The date specifically is to be agreed, but over that weekend we're really hoping that we'll be able to have the majority of the stadium open, if not all of it open. And then as the 10th year rolls out, then clearly the 10th anniversary will bring about some celebrations and some things that we've got planned that hopefully the fans can enjoy and buy into and be part of. And it's incredible that this stadium has been here for a decade, and it's gone very quickly. So much has happened to the club in that period, mostly good. Obviously there's been bumps in the road, as there always is in top level sport, but what a period it's been for the football club at the Amex, and great that we've had American Express alongside us all of that time. And of course we now go into another decade with American Express as our partner, which is fantastic.
Football side of things, obviously not quite but almost safe, not mathematically safe, but does that enable you to breathe a bit easier and perhaps start to plan a little bit more for next season?
I never breathe totally easy until it's mathematically safe, and Graham and I and Dan and Tony would be the first to say we've still got a bit of work to do, and I know the players would be right up there saying the same. So we go to Wolves on Sunday with a job to do. We've got that 41 points from last season very much in our minds. It would be great to get over that number, which will again take the club on another level. And then of course you can start then to plan for a more normal summer, albeit we've got a big tournament this summer that the national teams are playing in. It does mean that we can focus on preparing for what will be, we hope, a more normal season than the one we've had. And we all hoped at the end of last season that we'd have fans back in the stadium no later than Christmas, and then maybe the spring. And here we are, we're looking to one game in May really when we're going to have some fans back. So August I think will be a very, very significant moment for lots of people, but particularly for football, where hopefully we can return to normal.
Some speculation swirling around about manager, players. Are you expecting a busy summer?
There's always speculation. There's always, as I said before many times, there's always interest in your best people, whether they're coaches, whether they're players, whether they're staff behind the scenes. The best people will always get the best jobs. They'll always be in demand. There'll always be speculation. We love what Graham and his staff are doing here. They've done a fantastic job over the last 2 seasons. One of the reasons why the chairman was so keen to give Graham a long and extended contract was because we believed in him and we believed in what he would do. And I think over this season people have started to see just why the chairman was as bold as he was in doing what he did, and that's great to see. We don't want Graham to go anywhere. I don't think he wants to go anywhere. We're really enjoying working with him. I think he's enjoying working with us. He fits the culture of the club really well, and you've seen how the players respond to the way he works. So we hope he will be here for a long time to come.
And players wise, obviously some names being speculated about, both incoming and outcoming.
Well, I think Graham's biggest challenge this season has been trying to keep a very good and very talented squad happy, because we've got quite a big squad and there are only so many places in the starting 11 by definition and on the bench. So, Graham's biggest challenge is how do you keep a squad of that size happy? So again, as with every summer, we'll be looking at what we've got. Are there ways of which we can make it better, strengthen that squad? Are there going to be people that simply want to play elsewhere just to get game time? And we understand if that's the case. So is it going to be a busy summer? It's always hard to tell. But from where we are at the moment, we have a plan, and we'll see how the summer rolls out in terms of how we execute it.